This is John T for the Boxing Voice, and I'm pleased to say this evening I'm joined by light welterweight British prospect Ishmael Ellis. How are you, Ishmael?
I'm very good, thanks.
Good, good. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. I know you've just finished training. How was today?
Yeah, good, man. Nothing too strenuous. Just a little tick over and that, working on a few little game plans and stuff like that.
Excellent. Well, we're going to come on to this weekend in a minute. You know, a massive, massive chance for you. And I'm sure you must be sitting there thinking, fantastic. But tell us a little bit about yourself first. For the first time we've had you on the show, what got you into boxing and how long you've been doing it?
Well, to be fair, what got me into boxing literally was I stopped playing football and I was just went there for fitness. And then I always did love the sport. I love watching it and everything as a spectator. And then I just fell in love with the sport a lot more and decided I wanted to kind of push myself in it and then challenge myself and started taking on fights and stuff. And eventually I went amateur and then pro.
How many fights as an amateur did you have?
As an amateur, I had seven or eight, weren't many. It was only a short-lived career, only for a year.
And then straight into the pros, right? Which you've been doing for a couple of years now?
Yeah, straight into the pros. Been pro 4 years now, yeah.
Excellent. Well, it's ticking along nicely. So for anyone who don't know your record at the moment, you've had 11 wins, I think, and 3 defeats. And
That's correct.
You've been thrust into the limelight this weekend. But before I come on to the big card this weekend, I've looked at your record. A lot of your fights you fought at Villa Park at the Holt Suite. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct, yeah.
Are you a Villa fan?
I am indeed, yeah.
That must be good for you then, all your mates going down there as well.
Nah, yeah, it's a good feeling, a good atmosphere down there, and to be able to fight there itself. It's a good venue, it's a really good venue, you know what I mean? And doing it on kind of basically home soil makes it a lot better.
Yeah, I bet that must be lovely for you. Who knows, if your career goes in the right direction, one day you might be filling out the actual stadium. That would be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that'd be brilliant, yeah.
Excellent. Well, look, that will start hopefully this weekend. So you've been thrust into the limelight, if you don't mind me saying. A lot of your fights have been in the smaller halls, as we talked about. Feels a bit like a Rocky story. So you're out Saturday night, live on TV on a Matchroom Sport on Sky Sports. When I say that, how does that sound?
It's a little bit surreal, yeah, because like I say, I mean, this time last week, I wasn't on it or anything. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm glad I've got the opportunity, and it's down to me to put a performance on and show everybody, what I am capable of.
The short notice, I take it, silly question, but you're obviously physically ready. You were hovering around the weight, I take it, because a week's notice isn't that long, or 2 weeks for the fight.
No, week's notice isn't long at all. Now we was I've been training and ticking over. We was looking at a date at the end of March. That was when we kind of was looking at one of the dates that we've been told. And then obviously we got the phone call last week, and it's a big opportunity and everything. And with everything going on, you just don't know what's going to happen next to you. So it was we just grabbed it with both hands when it came up.
Who rang you and told you?
It was my manager that told me, but obviously one of the matchmakers at Matchroom must have obviously rang him and said obviously that they've been looking at me or whatever.
You didn't think he was on a wind-up or anything? You must have been like, wow.
I was a bit like, because we spoke earlier in the week just to see if there was any earlier dates, and it was like, oh no, nothing. And then he phoned me up like, we've got a date, like. And I was like, bloody hell. So yeah, it was a bit like, took me a bit by surprise.
Yeah, well, look, I'm sure you're going to enjoy it and embrace it. And you're going into the bubble, are you? Is there a bubble system like there was before?
Yeah. We go down from Wednesday and all that. So yeah, from Wednesday we will be in a bubble.
Yeah, you'll be in a bubble in the hotel from Wednesday, and you'll be rubbing shoulders with some of the cream there as well. That'll be good for you in the hotel.
Yeah. Oh, it'd be lovely. Yeah, it's like I say, I'm just looking forward to meeting some great people of the sport and everything. And like I say, just being on a big show and at least putting my face on it and showing everybody more skills as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a great opportunity for you. Now, talking about how much notice you had, you obviously haven't had much time probably to come up, you and your trainer, maybe with set game plans. You've mentioned you've been working on some stuff tonight, but does that make it feel a bit more awkward, or is it just a bit easier where you think, well, look, I've just got to go in there and do what I can do?
Nah, for me, I'm going in there just to do what I've got to do. Do you know what I mean? It's one of them. me and my trainer, we get on well because we both got the same attitude. At the end of the day, we both kind of come from a bit of a gritty kind of street side where it's, you know, at the end of the day, you could walk out your house and get into a fight. You ain't got time to prepare for it, have you? You just got to kind of do what you got to do, do you know what I mean? And we train, we train every day, you know, and we're trained fighters. So getting in the ring to fight should be realistically what we should be capable of doing. If we can't do it, then, you know, maybe we need to change and go to golf or something.
Superb. What a great answer. So what do you know about your opponent? He's got a fantastic amateur pedigree. I think he's had some time with the GB squad. I think he's up to 6-0 now. So I know that Eddie and the team there have a lot of high hopes for him. What do you expect from him on Saturday night?
I expect it's gonna be a very challenging fight. You know, it's definitely going to be one of my hardest fights that I've had today. You know, definitely being from the amateur pedigree, it's going to be sharp. He's going to be quick. He's not going to waste punches. You know what I mean? He's going to be precise with everything. So we spoke about it over the weekend. We spoke about it tonight, me and my trainer and everything. So we're just expecting a fast-paced, high-tempo fight. And we've got our little game plan. I don't want to say too much and everything. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a tricky opponent, but you know, you can't go around fighting just nobodies the whole time. Do you know what I mean? You've got to take the step up. Do you know what I mean? And take the risk, so to speak, and show everyone what you've got. And it's not so much as well for me to be like, you know, he's got such a good amateur pedigree and he's been with the GB, but it's good for him as well to have somebody that's going to be giving it back to him, and, you know, someone that he can hit and then just going to drop and be like, oh, forget it, I'm going to give up. Someone that he's going to hit and be like, yeah, come on then, mate. Do you know what I mean? And come and give it back.
Yeah. I love your attitude and your outlook on it. And you're right, you've got to take it with both hands because the opportunity might not come along like this again. And actually, should you win on Saturday night, and you are an underdog, as I'm sure you're aware, but you'll have your belief that you'll go in there and do the job, the world's then your oyster. I mean, I've seen some fighters, Rylan Charlton, I don't know if you know who he is, he springs to mind. He's from Norwich, but he fought on a Matchroom show. He beat Joe Laws, and then he got a contract with Matchroom. So who knows what could happen from this?
Yeah, exactly.
Good stuff. Well, look, while I've got you, just before I let you go, I thought, sticking in your division, I usually ask the fighters light welterweight, who do you think the best is in the division? You've probably got Josh Taylor going against Ramirez, hopefully in the next few months. They're the two main belt holders. Who do you think wins that fight?
I'd probably say Josh Taylor. I think he's very, very, very good, you know. I think he's just like near perfect, isn't he? He's very precise and he tries not to waste shots. He just seems really good. And being that, again, you know, he's a British fighter. So I'd definitely back Josh on that one.
Good stuff. Hopefully one day you'll get a fight like that, maybe go for a world title. Well, look, great to catch up with you. I'm really looking forward to watching you on the TV on Saturdays. I'm sure your fans are. And we'll pick up with you maybe a couple of months down the line, hopefully with that win under your belt.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. Thanks for the interview and your time.
No worries. Thanks for your time. Have fun. Enjoy. Cheers, Ishmael.
Cheers, thank you.
If you enjoyed the video, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, and share. As always, if you want to support us to the next level, head over to the patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. We have tons of exclusive from Border Wars, Entitled, betting shows, the list goes on and on and on. But in addition to that, if you guys have questions for fighters, trainers, and promoters, this is where you can submit them. We will run out, get these questions answered, and put it back on the show just for you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.